California Adventure, the Catfish of Disney parks.
We're going to Disneyland. California Adventure. Oh.
In 2001, a brand new park opened right next to Disneyland in Anaheim, California. It was deemed California Adventure, meant to serve guests as a neighboring location to be the place themed to California culture and history. You know, Hollywood, piers, dining, and shopping. So it was mainly a profit thing. We can't have anyone leaving Disneyland for other places. They just didn't know what to put there. Over the years, Disney Imagineering had to refine the space to become a park that is serviceable in experiences and attractions. Where is California? Hey yo beautiful people, I'm not here to talk much about the history of California Adventure, rather just a viewpoint of how the park is doing to keep up with Disney guests. I visited the park recently, so let's get through it while the experience is fresh in my mind. Man, the signage here is just so meh. Unless it's Halloween, Oogie Boogie goes hard on top of the sign. Besides that, it doesn't really scream California. The design looks like a leftover from Flo's Cafe. Nothing cultural about it. Alright, well, Buena Vista Street is nice and cozy. A mini Main Street. Same kind of large stores to shop in, cafes, and small food spots. But that's all it is, just smaller. There is a trolley that comes in, but is going to be removed soon due to its space going to be taken up by the Avengers expansion. To be fair, I never really rode it, I can get by on my own with walking. Walking in further, we get to see the Dime Group perform at the fountain. Wonderful group. California Adventure has been the spot to hold Disney's events, such as the Lunar New Year Festival and the Food and Wine Festival. These festivals are great. The Lunar New Year Festival is a great celebration bringing together traditions and foods. Food and wine, also great. My favorite to check out different foods. So California Adventure is small in scale, but cozy. I like these food offerings from the festivals instead of getting my usual chicken tenders. But then it's time to see the rest of the park. So this is where they made Morbius. Hollywood Land is not really Hollywood. It hasn't been for a long time. There are shows here such as Philar Magic and Turtle Talks, but they aren't varied shows. There is the Disney Junior Theater. Well, okay, once upon a time there was a ride called Superstar Limo. Nobody liked it, an uninspired execution of the concept. So they renovated the ride into Monsters Inc. It is the movie told through a moving dark ride. Disney magic. It's charming. It's just very out of place here, and it wouldn't even make sense at Pixar Pier because, well, it's a dark ride, not a pier ride. Well, okay, an unused soundstage, an unused stage, giant facade, nice for photo ops. That's it. Oh, you forgot the Hyperion Theater. Man, that would be so great if they used it. They do, just not to its full potential. Well, great. One of the most important landmarks in California is poorly underrepresented in a park called California Adventure. At least we got the Hollywood Tower of Terror. Oh. Alright, so the Tower of Terror was an attraction that was able to initially win guests back to the park after the initial reception. Then they went and ruined it, people would say. It's the same ride, just has a Marvel overlay. It's fine and adds to a rather lackluster land. Oh yeah, got a bit of a lengthy intro without talking about the next land. So this is Avengers Campus with Mission Breakout, awkwardly in the corner. Pim's Test Kitchen, never really been interested as the foods just seem like pricey snacks. Which says a lot. You can meet some superheroes and see some experiences. The end of the Doctor Strange one. Then there's Spider-Man. It's Midway Mania, but using your arm muscles and not your fingers. You also have the option to buy web shooters to rank up your score. It's not necessary, it's just something for your kids to be immersed in. What is cool is that Disney Imagineering built a stunt animatronic for a Spider-Man meet and greet prelude. Well, I mean, it does only one scene, the rest is done by a stunt actor. That's really not that all impressive, I'm sorry. Then that's Avengers Campus. Spider-Man Campus. Seriously, the Web Slingers is not the greatest ride, and the land overall could use an experimental roller coaster ride, which would make it basically Pixar Pier, but that's not inherently a bad thing. This expansion better come soon. Next door is Radiator Springs, a one-to-one recreation for the movies, you can say. Many of the spots are just more food and stores. There are 2 rides that are just 2 different versions of teacups. Mater's thing, you ride a tractor cow and it goes in circles. Luigi's thing, you ride the cars that dance. Yeah, not really rides that I anticipate to get on, especially since the lines could take a while. You know what else takes a while? Oh my god! Racers is a cool ride, don't get me wrong, but the line is always so long. Even back before Disney put an extra price tag on its Fast Pass, the Fast Pass line was so long too. Now, not so much anymore because the original price tag of Lightning Lane is ridiculous and the extra $17 makes it more ridiculous. At least the single rider line got me. Just don't use it if you're a mom with very young children because you will be separated when you go through the single rider line. And that's Cars Land. It's quite underwhelming when you look at it for its attractions, but as an immersive land, it's pretty cozy and fun. Look at these cones. That's nice. Alright, time for a change of pace. No IP. Time to relax and eat at Pacific Wharf. Oh. Okay, so this is San Fransokyo, the setting from Big Hero 6. You get to meet Hero and Baymax. Small store. And that's everything new. Literally, everything from Pacific Wharf is carried over to the new theme, just with a new coat of paint to fit the theming. But I do like Big Hero 6, and the idea of San Fransokyo still fits within California theming. Still a nice place. Well, I actually don't often eat at this spot, so I can't share much of an opinion. You know what else had to get rethemed? Paradise Pier was the most Californian thing in California Adventure. Just slap The Incredibles on there and boom, Pixar Pier.
Sure, slap our names on an old ride.
Screaming, now known as the Incredicoaster, is pretty fun. Solid roller coaster. Just makes me dizzy. The shoulder bars are so overbearing on the head as it would just slap you around. Anyway, let's put a carousel here. Standard Pier stuff. It wasn't here until the Pixar retheme, surprisingly. But yeah, carousel. What do you want me to say? Oh, well, it's Jessie's carousel and the song is her lore. Cool. Midway Mania, though, that's fun.
Babe.
What?
I won.
Yeah, I know.
I won.
You won.
I beat you. I won.
It was another attraction to get guests back for the park, and it actually adds to the Pier theme. It's a bunch of carnival games revisioned into the Toy Story universe and being a digital game. Well, you don't win anything, and it isn't like Web Slingers where you can buy upgrades to improve your score, but it's fun itself and competitive. Just spins too much. The Pier does also have actual carnival-like games themed to Pixar. It does require some tokens, which honestly should be retooled to give the game hosts actual money, an unnecessary step to playing the games. Best thing about them though is that they are incredibly easy to earn a prize. You also got themed snack carts as well. The food is the same as everywhere else. We do have the Pixar Pal around. Some carts move, some don't. A ride to conquer the true fear of heights. Then finally, you have the most unnecessary inclusion to Pixar Pier. Emotional Whirlwind. It's a spin ride. Another one. So Pixar Pier is honestly not that offensive to the California theme because it still adheres to the theme while just having its own theme. Now the rest. Paradise Gardens Park. Mainly an area to serve parades, festival activities, and as a viewing area for World of Color. You do have rides here. 2 different spin rides, with a jellyfish ride going up and down. Never been on it. There's the Little Mermaid ride, which is basically California Adventure's version of Haunted Mansion, while not being Haunted Mansion. A big eating area here this time, next to the Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. This is just Pizza Planet Pizza and Pasta, man. But then there's Goofy Sky School. I had never been on this ride, but I always seen the FastPass reservations go so quickly and the standby line so long. I had to figure out what the hype is about.
A few inches later.
So it's a roller coaster. A jarring one that actually fits Goofy. Honestly, a very silly ride, which I like about it, but it has no reason for the line to be so long for it. Then that's pretty much the main area of California Adventure. It's a solid area and what can make California Adventure recognizable. Some names were just slapped on the experiences that the park first opened with, but that's okay.
Quite normal, darling. Cover
corporations call it synergy.
Just a little spice to a solid theme of exploring a pier similar to that of one you can find in California. But we're not done yet. Man, Grizzly Peak is so small. When you look at the map, the river takes up 75% of the layout. Grizzly Peak takes after California's wilderness and national parks, which is very fitting. There's even a challenge trail thing, which I never really went through as a kid, but I bet it's cool for the kids. Then you have the I was about to say Risley River Run. Oh, the Risley River Run. The river where you get to meet the Rizzler. Watch out, because he's gonna rizz you up during your river run. Then you have the Grizzly River Run, which is often closed for refurbishment, which I see when I go to the park. Nonetheless, the one time I rode it a while ago, it was pretty fun. It's more fun water ride than, say, Tiana's Battle Adventure. That one you just get soaked. River Run would get you wet at times, where it could be played as a laugh. Anyway, as you continue walking, the environment of Grizzly Peak is taken up by the hotel that is next to the park. Cool, great, never been in it. But then you approach a little sub-area of the land which is themed around California's aviation, better known as the spot to go to Soarin. Soarin first opened as Over California, and what a fantastic film ride. Really nails the landmarks of California and a park called California Adventure. It later got refurbished to add Around the World, which is nice as well, but I think it would be better if Over California was the main film and Around the World was a secondary film that the park would bring back on occasion. Or heck, since you have two theaters, have one side be over and the other side be around, why not? Honestly, a very cozy area of California Adventure. It's a quiet environment to take in the wilderness element of the land. You know, California Adventure isn't that bad. Sure, there isn't a whole lot to do and the theming is all over the place. You could do all the worthwhile rides in the morning if you made rope drop, which me and my partner did. But that means the park does have worthwhile rides. All of the lands still contribute to the idea of California. Hollywood, a wharf, Radiator Springs, a pier, a park, a wilderness. Everything of Disneyland stores and foods carry over to the park. It's still a wonderful time, just a little more cozy to the Cali vibes. And sure enough, we'll see more expansions. And sure, Adventures Campus can stay. The park needs its own Galaxy's Edge, I guess. Just the expansion needs to come soon. But hey, that's California Adventure. I like it. They're adding Pandora?